Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. And what we're looking at this time is the Kanehiro Ginsan Santoku 170 millimeter knife. So this line, they've got two main lines. One is the Aogami Super, which is reactive steel core. This is the stainless line. So this has a core of Ginsan, or what's known as Silver 3 or Ginsanko G3. It's got a few names, but it's a really high quality stainless steel that's fine grained, sharpens easily, takes a great edge, decent edge retention. It's just, for some people that have used it, it's one of their favorite stainless steels. So it's not a powdered metallurgy steel, so it's a traditional type of steel. The heat treat they take it to is around 62 Rockwell, and the construction is 3 layers. So on either side of that harder core stainless steel, they've got a stainless steel cladding, a soft stainless cladding. So it's an all stainless knife, which is really sweet for a knife of this style. The weight and dimensions and so on are going to vary from knife to knife, so you'll get a little bit of variation there. This particular one is 123 grams or 4.3 ounces. The edge length is right about 170 on the nose, or 6.7 inches. Overall length about 12.2 inches with the handle. The spine thickness coming out of the handle above the heel is about 3¼ millimeters, and then I'm starting to measure these halfway down. So halfway down it jumps down to about 1.8 millimeters-ish, and then pretty much just holds that. There's not a lot of taper, but you got a fairly generous grind towards the tip as far as the height of the grind goes, and so the tip's really thin, and this thing is a great performing Santoku, trust me. The blade height is 47 millimeters, so it's got a generous height. And you can see based on that height and based on the neck not being real wide, you've got a lot of clearance there. Even if you got bigger hands, bigger fingers, you'll have plenty of board clearance. The handle they put on this line is just a really well done octagonal ambidextrous cherry wood handle with a black pack of wood ferrule. This one's dead smooth on the junction between the ferrule and the wood. This one's measured about 72 millimeters or 2.85 inches on circumference where the wood meets the ferrule. And so you've got a pretty comfortable spot for a pinch grip there. That neck could be a little longer to get a full finger in there, but I found it to be comfortable on the pinch grip. Balance point, for me, it's pretty close to my pinch grip, maybe just a touch behind, but pretty close. Which isn't bad considering the handle's not hoe wood, it's cherry, which is a little heavier. So let's take a close-up look. I have used lots and lots of Santokus and Santoku knives, and this is one of the nicest ones, or the most, I don't know, just well-balanced, all-around Santoku knives I've ever used. It's definitely one of the finest ones I've used in terms of performance, food release, just, it's nice to use, it's got a great profile, awesome steel, it's really well crafted, it's got great aesthetics. It's, you know, it's dead straight, really nice grinds on it. Kanehiro, I have not handled any of Kanehiro's knives in quite a while. Until last batch I had the Aogami Super Bunka, and then this batch I've got the stainless Santoku. And there is a reason that these knives are priced where they are. They're made extremely well, and this shop does a great job on their knives. So the attention to detail, it is a step up from some of the lower priced ones, you know, a step or two down in price. So this actually is a really good value knife. The price on this is, for what you get, this is a great value. This is a nice Santoku. So you can see the look is awesome. You've got great hand chisel kanji. You've got the nice nishiji or pear skin finish on it. It's well done. Trying to keep it from getting too bright. There's your blade road. There's your core steel peeking out from the edge. So it's just aesthetically really nice. They've got rounded corners on the spine, on the choil, so it's comfortable. I'd say the out-of-the-box edge on these was a good 6, 7 out of 10. It was a nice out-of-the-box edge. I've been using it without any changes to the edge. And it's a really good performing knife. It just blows through soft stuff, doesn't wedge a ton, decent food release. As I said, it's just a balanced knife, and all those varying characteristics, they sometimes fight each other, so this is just a balanced knife. Let's see here. Let's look at it on the cutting board. So if you're looking for just a one and done Santoku that's kind of the, you know, just a good example of really high quality hand craftsmanship, blacksmithing, grinds, performance. This, I don't think you can do too much better than this, really, honestly. It's not the flattest one in the world, but you can see it's got kind of a gentle belly to it. It's really not for pure chopping, but most Santokus aren't. And here is, I can get pretty high up before I start digging that tip in. So, again, I've just been super impressed with the two Kanehiro knives that I've gotten to try out recently. And, you know, they are recommended. They've been recommended for years on Chef Knives to Go, and for good reason. It's just a classic line of very high quality output by a great shop. So this is the Kanehiro Ginsan Santoku 170 millimeter knife.